Živjo, Ivy here, welcome to my channel, and today we are setting up my reading journal, what I read in June. So in June, I had a different plan. This picture that you see right now, I know it looks weird. When I was printing, I didn't know that my printer was not having the black color enough. And it didn't inform me, so yeah, some of the pictures that I have here are not good. So this month, just like February, I dedicated February for Phantom of the Opera. This month, I dedicated it to Hades and Persephone. So if you were ever interested in Greek mythology and Greek gods, you probably heard about them and perhaps their story. So yeah, this entire month is all about Hades and Persephone, and I found one book and the next one is a series. Also, I completely forgot about a WEBTOON comic, which once I was trying to find some pictures for this setup, I found this blue and pink. Does this look familiar to some of you? And I was like, yeah, I completely forgot about it, and I just went back to start reading it. So yeah, I'm not gonna add the web comic as a book, but I did end it. I finished it, and I'm gonna talk about it later. Also, everything that I will be using is as usual. I use stuff from a store called Katee, and I got a bunch of stuff from TEMU. And whatever I got from TEMU, I will try to find it and link it down in my description box below. So if you would be interested to get it yourself. But yeah, if you read any books about Hades and Persephone, I would really like to know, what did you read and did you enjoy it? Maybe so that I can put it in my maybe next book to read. Okay, so for the very first book that I was reading is Neon Gods. Now I got this book recommended, not recommended by people, but Pinterest, it just keeps throwing this book at me. And I just saved it and I said, okay, when that month comes, I want to read it. And we also got it in our store and I bought it, so I have this book. It's also the only book, paperback book that I have. The rest what I'm reading is all ebook. So, Neon Gods. This is more modern take about it, and it's not exactly that they are gods. I think they are like mortal, but I guess you were born under this family, so you will have the name Hades. It's actually interesting. Like, your name can be, I don't know, my name can be Kate, and if I'm born under this family or whatever, I'm gonna be called Persephone, for example. But no, that was a really bad explaining. Basically, Zeus has a different name, but because he came into this position, he's now Zeus, something like that. Anyway, the mother of Persephone kind of sold out her to Zeus, and Zeus is kind of like already an older man, while Persephone is like, what, 21, 22, something like that. She wants to finish college and actually leave Olympus. Like, she doesn't want to come back. She was just waiting to finish and to, I guess she was waiting to be 23. She was waiting for her birthday. But her mom surprised her when they went on this party, and what would you look at that? Dear daughter, you're engaged to Zeus, and he kind of had 3 wives, and wow, something happened. They died. Right? And she was not happy about it. She didn't feel so good, and she ran away. And she ran in the hands of Hades. Basically, she didn't just go to Hades. She was running from these guys that were working for Zeus, she first wanted to go home. And when she saw that she is followed, she freaked out, she was paranoid, she was running, and she was going towards this bridge that is like, this is Olympus, and this is like the lower city where Hades kind of rules. And since she went there to his realm, she's his. But he's not a bad guy. Even though he is a very kinky dude, he has orgies and I guess BDSM and all that stuff. But yeah, so this is more like, I guess, is this like dark romance? I guess so. It does get a bit dark. But yeah, Persephone kind of told Hades that she doesn't like Zeus, and neither does Hades. And they have this plan to kind of, basically a plan that Persephone just doesn't want to go back. Once she hits her birthday, she wants to leave. And Hades said that he is going to protect her as long as she stays in his realm. But of course they catch feelings, and yeah, the spice is quite high in this one. And doing it in front of a public, so to speak. So yeah, that's Neon Gods. If you're interested, go ahead. And this is the series that I'm reading. The first one is A Touch of Darkness. Also, I have a picture of this girl here that I found it in a WEBTOON, but I don't think it's continuing. If someone knows, I will also try to link this WEBTOON down in the description box. I hope I will find it again. But yeah, it has like, what, 3 episodes and that's it. But it looks so interesting and the art is so beautiful, and yeah, if someone knows if it's no longer a webtoon or somewhere else, I would really like to know. But let's talk about the book. This is also a very modern take of Olympian gods or Greek gods, and Persephone had a huge fight with her mom that for 18 years Persephone was like in this glass house garden, trapped by her mother. Her mom didn't allow her to do anything, like, you can't leave my side. And Persephone kind of succeeded for her 18th birthday to let me go. I want to go to be part with humans and act like she's human, like she's not a goddess. And that is a problem. Even though she is a goddess, she's a goddess of spring. She does not have the power to create spring or to grow something. Everything she touches dies. And there's a reason for that, which Hades then will tell her. I think it's at the end of this book or in the other one. Kind of forgot. Anyway, she lived among the humans and she was going to school, was a college I believe. And she had this big dream to be a journalist. Like, she wants to write truth, but her mom doesn't always like leaves her alone. Like, every week they will have like a meetup, and I think her mom constantly wants her to come home, but Persephone doesn't want to because she really likes it here and she meets her great friends. But her mother always warned her about gods, especially Hades. So when her best friend, I think they wanted to celebrate something, and she got, like, I don't know, tickets or something to go into this glamorous club, which belongs to Hades. And Persephone was first like, no. She kind of like has those thoughts in her mind, the way her mom told her not to go there, not to meet Hades. But she thought, but her best friend says, like, who says that he's even going to be there? Like, people don't even see him. And Hades is like one of not exactly liked gods, because people go there and gamble their life away. That's what it's been said. And yeah, in that club, Persephone doesn't know how Hades even looks like, and she saw this really hot guy. Duh. She was kind of deceived because she went to the bathroom and she left her friends. One of the people that works there said that her friends went in the upper room where they are gambling, and she went there. She was looking for her friends, and she was kind of curious about a certain game. And so this hot guy approaches, and she says that she would like to learn that game. And I guess it was a bargain. They made a deal, kind of. Even though it wasn't, she just wanted him to teach her a game. And if she loses, she can ask him a question. Sadly, he never loses until it was too late that she figured out that this was Hades. And now she has a deal with him. He wants her to grow something in the underworld. And like I said before, she does not possess the power to grow anything. Everything dies when she touches. So their relationship kind of started like that. Every day she needs to come down to the underworld to basically plant a seed, and she was trying because she doesn't have the power, she's going to do it the human way, to grow seeds, to grow something in the underworld. Or else, if she doesn't grow anything, if I remember right, she's going to be stuck in the underworld. And she has 6 months to grow something. Of course, in that time, they kind of developed feelings. Well, not exactly feelings. They felt the attraction. And of course, I like that it didn't happen immediately. It happened later, when it was already getting really hot. They can't stay away from one another. And I think in this book, she figured out... Oh my god, I completely forgot. All I know is that Hades told Persephone why she doesn't have the power to grow anything is because she doesn't have followers, worshippers. And she started to have powers because Hades worships her. Nobody knows that she exists, that a goddess of spring exists. So yeah. Yeah, there's spice. This is quite a spicy book. I gave it 3 hearts. So yeah, if the spice doesn't bother you and you like it, go ahead. I actually have quite the fun reading this series. And the second book in the series, of course, is A Touch of Ruin. Now I have to say that I did not really like Persephone in this one. I found her ridiculously annoying. For example, Hades was kind of keeping stuff from her. Basically the way he runs his business and what other business he has, not just the club. And she was kind of pissed because he didn't tell her. She wants him to communicate with her. But wow, girl, you have secrets of your own that you don't talk to him, and your communication is poor as well, and you can't expect him to read your mind, to know what you actually want. And in this part, that happened a lot. It was just, come on, girl. Also, everyone, even Hades and her friends, warned her about gods. Since she did get the job to be a journalist, she wanted to write something about Apollo, who took away a power as an oracle. Her friend was an oracle, and he took her power. And she kind of wants to write something about him, what he did. And I guess her and her friends were kind of drunk, and she was writing this, and then she sent this what she was writing to her boss, and it got published. And that was a really bad idea. That. Also, she got warnings so many times not to go against gods. She still does it. Even though she is a goddess herself, she should learn the rules, how things are running. Even though her mom says, which that really does get me angry, and I completely understand Persephone on this. Her mom said that gods never face consequences. Ever. The way we humans, we face consequences for our actions. They don't. I guess she should have learned at least something about gods and what it all means, but also understand, like I said previously, she was in this glass garden locked up for 18 years by her mother, and she basically didn't learn nothing. But she was free for 4 years, so she should have at least kind of get to know this world, and you being part of it. You're a goddess. She did kind of start to have this growth in her, more from towards the ending, to half of the book. It was, my god, girl, wake up, and then she started to grow, and that was great. I have to say, since Hades and Persephone in this book, they kind of get together and all that, sex is everywhere. And by that, I mean it happens many times, and it's not just because they're alone and they're feeling it. It's just in certain situation, and they're just, I'm horny, let's go. Which I will talk about it in the next one. But even though this one is not my favorite, this is my least favorite from the series, this book, it's still not so bad. So on to the third one, and it is A Touch of Malice. Also, what I want to say is, these pictures that I have, I know some artists from DeviantArt that I saw them like years ago, but I will try to find them and link them down in the description box, because some of these art is just so good, so good. Anyway, back to the book. I think this one has more spice than the rest of the books, I believe. This one has a lot. Also, I have to say, my favorite god in this entire series is Hermes. I fucking love him. Sorry for cursing, but I really love him. He's so great. And he just jumps, like he's there when he was not supposed to be there. Like, Hades and Persephone, like, they're getting at it, right? And here he comes, like, I have a message. I love him. He's a great character. I'm happy she didn't kill him. Because, you know, in some books, the character that you love the most ends up dying. So I'm happy he is fine. Also in this book, when I said that it's more spicier than the rest, this is what I'm talking about. Like, they are horny 24/7. Someone dies, let's have sex. We're angry at each other, let's have a make-up sex. All the time. They even had, like, Persephone was super mad at her mom because her mom kind of like changed sides since she is not happy that Persephone kind of said yes to be Hades' fiance. They are planning a wedding. Her mom just disappeared, and since she is the goddess of harvest, instead of sun and to be sunny and for vegetables and everything to grow, it's winter time. Basically, people don't have food. They can't grow nothing. I guess her mom is like grieving, angry at what her daughter has done, that she's going against her mother for basically she wants her not to stay away from Hades. She's still, nah, let's go. I'm gonna go with Hades. Also, Persephone is like realizing that she has really great power, and since she is a goddess of spring, that also means that she is the goddess of life, kind of. And since if she marries Hades, she's going to be also the queen of the dead in the underworld. Also, the underworld seems like a fun place. Like, if you die, it's not so bad. It's great. In this book, there were always certain enemies that just retaliate against gods. Basically, like I said before, gods never take any consequences for their actions, right? And there's this group that is slowly, the number is rising, and they want to go against gods. So war is coming, and Persephone's mother seems to be part of it now. All because Persephone chose Hades. And like I said about sex, they had sex in her mother's shrine. For example, every god has like a certain temple or shrine where there are followers and where you pray. Yeah, they did that there. Like I said, a lot of it's in this book. Also for their basically when I said the war is happening, there are goddesses being attacked. So if you're not an Olympian, like Hades, Demeter, I think is her name, Aphrodite, and they're like Olympians, like they are the high gods. They can die just like that. But if you're just a goddess, yeah, there are chances for you to die. But even that, you are immortal unless there is a weapon that can actually kill you. And that is what is happening. One actually survived. She got away, There's another one that wasn't so lucky, and they succeeded in killing. I said that was like a message, like they're killable, we can kill the gods. Also, when it comes to the wedding for Hades and Persephone, Zeus needs to tell him, yeah, like, I allow you to get married. Even though his wife Hera is the goddess of marriage, she is the one that should be saying, I bless you, you can get married, blah blah. But no, unless Zeus says so, which is a dickhead. Sorry, I do not like him. Not him, nor Poseidon. Yeah, you need to get them, you need his approval, basically, to get married. But Hades was like, even if he says no, we're still getting married. Like, fuck him. And the bad thing is that once Zeus figured out that Persephone has this amazing power, I guess he kind of got scared that her power will overgrow his, or something like that. You know, the ego of gods. And then Zeus said, like, he went to his oracle to tell him, like, about this reunion between Hades and Persephone. And in the end, somehow he said, yeah, you can get married. Even though I don't think he wanted it to. And like I said, the only gods that deserve to be killed are Zeus and Poseidon. There are certain trigger warnings, especially if you are a female and you're reading this. Like, women are hardly respected, especially in the next book. And this is the last one, A Touch of Chaos. This is where it all ends. War is here. It broke loose. And I'm not gonna say his name, but I'm just gonna call him as the bad guy. The one that is running this group that wants to take down the gods. Basically, he is a demigod, I believe. Something like, basically, his dad is Poseidon, and his mother is human, so he's a demigod, I believe. And he wants to get into position of being the god, like the next Olympian, and he wants to get rid of all of these gods. And I'm kind of don't know about how Poseidon allows this, because his son is going against Zeus, don't know. So basically, Hades got trapped in this labyrinth that he is more mortal than a god. And he needs to survive. And Persephone knows that it's a trap if she goes there, but she needs to save Hades. And she does it with the help of another, well, in this book, I guess. See, I don't know the entire Greek mythology, so I need to kind of get into it. Ariadne, is that how you say her name? In this book, she is mortal. And the god of wine, Dionysus, is that how you say it? He fancies her, but so does the bad guy. And basically, she helps Persephone to get into this labyrinth because she knows the labyrinth, and to get Hades out of there, which they did succeed, but it was not easy. So this bad guy, he has zero respect when it comes to women. Also, yeah, there's a lot of spice in here, but not just the kind type of a spice, okay? Just remember that. Yeah, total disrespect. There is the R word in this one, so if you are not comfortable, just so you know, it happens in this book. And yeah, what I actually noticed is, not just in this book, but in general, that sex has always been used as a weapon against women. It always has, and it always apparently will be. But I have to say, this guy was kind of a smart, because everything that he did, and the other gods that he got on his side, he could have succeeded it, if it wasn't that they had Hecate. Is that how you say her name? She is the goddess of witchcraft, and she's also a character in this book that I absolutely love. She's wonderful. Basically, she's a titan, and she has amazing powers. And she killed Zeus. Yeah, the god of all gods is dead. But the only reason she could have killed him is because he was in a coma. But she had to do it. Because the bad guy took something from Zeus, and he was getting way too powerful, and they had to do something. But yeah, Hecate, I like her. I like her. She is also another character that I really love, just like Hermes. Wonderful character. The war in this one was really cruel. It was bloody. They did win in the end. And she got crowned as... Well, they did get married and all that, but she didn't exactly become queen of the underworld until she was crowned. So yeah, she got crowned. And now she's gonna rule with Hades. Yeah, it has a happy ending. I do like this book a lot, because there was so much happening in it. Yeah, just that part that how women were treated, I did not like it at all. That made me very uncomfortable. Otherwise, I like it. The entire series was great. If you haven't read anything about Hades and Persephone, or this perhaps sounds interesting to you, go ahead. And the very last one. This is the webtoon that I've been reading, and I believe I started reading it, you know, when we were all stuck at home, so in 2020. So yeah, in some countries it started in 2019. To us it came like 2020, like yay, new year, and boom, it hit. And you were kind of stuck at home, and I found this, and I was in it, and I kind of stopped because I started reading books, and I kind of forgot about it. And now I read it all the way till the end. Like, I was sitting at home drinking my coffee. I wanted to finish this, and I finished it this year. I didn't write it. You will not see me write it down. But yeah, it started somewhere around 2020, and I finished it this month, this year. I have to say, this is so cute. I like the art style of this. The story was great. The humor was fine. I like how they were different colors, even though some of them kind of got me a bit confused. But you really need to pay attention. Like, some have like either a certain style or a certain like beauty mark or something that you can separate them. And this also takes in a modern time. It goes modern time, and it still has like that old Greek type of a style to it. Also, here's a warning. The things that are happening in this book are basically a lot of manipulation, abuse on children, sexual abuse. It's not like super big. It just tells you that it happens, and it's none of this is graphic. The only thing that you will get here are basically kisses, and you will kind of get the idea. They're about to do it, but you're not gonna see anything. I like that the relationship between Hades and Persephone really was growing slowly, but Hades really fell for Persephone super hard. I think he had developed that love at first sight when he saw her, if I remember right. I guess I also like that it was such a slow burn romance, because in the end their relationship was built out of love, respect, and trust. Also, what I like that the girls, women in this book were like portrayed like they would be weak, but they're not. Like, they have their own strength, and I like that it shows. Like, Persephone has strength, and she was growing, and she became really powerful and strong. Like, you saw like how I remember her from the start and where she is now at the end. She has grown so much. Also, I freaking love Hades in this comic. He's so cute, and he's so respectful. He's wonderful. So if you never read any webtoons or perhaps comics, webtoon comics, if you would be interested in perhaps in Hades and Persephone, I do suggest. Also, she is making apparently book illustrations, which I didn't know that. So these pictures that I have, they're all book illustrations. I do recommend. It is wonderful, beautiful. Okay, now let's go all the way back here so that I can write down the stars that I gave to these books. Neon Gods, 4 stars. A Touch of Darkness, 4.5 stars. A Touch of Ruin, 3 stars. Already told you why. That one is not my favorite. A Touch of Malice, 4 stars, and A Touch of Chaos, 4 stars. Lore Olympus, 4 stars. So in reading, like in my reading stats, I had a page read only about the ebook and the book that I have. I didn't include the webtoon. Like I said, yeah, I had 1 paperback and everything else is an ebook. So that would be all. Thank you so much for watching my little video. And this is just a little recap, my little setup, and if you read any books this month or what you are going to read next month, please write them down in the comment section below. And I hope to see you in my next video. Ciao!